is here.
Yeah, it's getting spooky out here. Nino Browns done turned Pookie out here. No cool niggas, it's just goofies out here. I mean, niggas is eating pork wearing koofies out here. Through it all, stood tall, doofy out here. 10 toes down, I'm on 2 feet out here. Truthfully out here, I'll be two-fly out here. Getting fly, no bullshit, I'm the 2-3 out here. From Jordans you ain't see. Shout out to Carolina, to all baby me's. I see all you harem miners. Mixtape 3 peats, I fade away at the go-go. With girls that'll spread their legs open for a logo. Hey, check out the swag, yo, I walk like a ball player to the locker room. I'm back to cockatoon. Toast to all you niggas that was talking cockatoon. We on a different flow, we ain't sending vodka to 'em. The shots that we giving make you send a doctor to 'em. Betty say when it block a to 'em. Now he in the awkward room trying to lock a goon. Like the shooter had a hood on, might have been Dr. Doom. Like
ladies and gentlemen of the universe, welcome to the Raw exclusive pay-per-view Halloween Havoc. We are here in Detroit, Michigan for a great night of action. We're going to kick it off with a hot contested feud here on Monday Night Raw between the two men claiming to have the best moonsault ever.
Lame nigga swerve, I lame nigga swerve. It's been 10 years and you the same nigga swerve.
And it appears before we can get an official start to this match, Kurt Angle is going to take it to the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels, taking him down off of that ring post and now hitting a snap suplex on the Fallen Angel, clubbing him down with a huge strike. The Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle claiming in the past few weeks that he has the best moonsault ever. Of course, Christopher Daniels utilizing that as his finishing maneuver. Kurt Angle now taking it to Christopher Daniels over in the corner, two in-ring legends and veterans of our sport. Now Christopher Daniels being taught a lesson by Kurt Angle over in the corner. Oh, it's true, it's true. Kurt Angle is here and ready for a fight in the opener to Halloween Havoc. But no, Daniels getting himself back in it, but gets struck down yet again by the Olympic gold medalist. Christopher Daniels now able to avoid that. The shoulder tackle taking him down, looking to get himself back into this contest. And now going for a moonsault off of the ropes, already exhibiting that he does have the best moonsault in professional wrestling. But no, Kurt Angle successful in kicking out of that maneuver. The Lion Salt springboard off the ropes. Now Irish whipping him, but no, is countered by Kurt Angle, brings him back for yet another shoulder tackle. Let's see what the Olympic gold medalist is looking for here. It's countered by Christopher Daniels, a real in-ring general in his own right. Of course, Daniels having so much experience here in the world of pro wrestling, and he's struck down yet again by Kurt Angle, who now looks to target the leg, perhaps looking to soften him up for that ankle lock, but Christopher Daniels able to shove him off now before any more damage can be administered. Back elbow now from Christopher Daniels, who looks to lift him up, hoisting him up for the Falcon Arrow, but no, it is countered by Kurt Angle, who now lifts up Christopher Daniels for a capture exploder suplex, sending Daniels crashing onto the mat, throwing him right over his head. Now let's see what Kurt Angle can do here as he locks in the front chancery, now rolling through with a knee bar as he continues to target that left leg of Christopher Daniels, looking to soften him up for the ankle lock potentially in this matchup. Daniels quickly able to fight out of that, but not able to recover in time as Kurt Angle now sends him into the buckle. Now sends him all the way out. Gonna look to go high risk from the top rope. Kurt Angle now pointing into the crowd is gonna look for the best moonsault ever, connecting with a huge moonsault from the top already in this contest. 1, 2, and no. Christopher Daniels finding a way to get his shoulder up off of that maneuver. Of course, that's what this started the rivalry between these two. Of course, these two having a lot in common, perhaps stroking their own ego in some aspects, as both looking to prove that they have the best moonsault in professional wrestling. And Kurt Angle is the first one to land that maneuver in this contest. Christopher Daniels now being reversed off of that ace crusher. And Kurt Angle is going to look for yet another snap suplex, quickly bridging over into the cover on Christopher Daniels, who has his feet underneath the bottom rope, forcing the break. Now these clubbing strikes on the ground from Kurt Angle are going to keep the Fallen Angel down for the time being. See what Kurt Angle can do here as he Irish whips Christopher Daniels across the ring, pillar to post, and sends him into the buckle. It is countered now at the hands of Christopher Daniels, who just mocks Kurt Angle right in the face of Kurt Angle, doing his own taunt, and now ducking behind for a huge German suplex that sends Christopher Daniels crashing on the back of his head. Now Angle looking for the belly-to-belly suplex to follow it up. An in-ring technician is Kurt Angle, who likes to administer those series of suplexes. Now planting Christopher Daniels into the mat with a huge DDT, looking for the cover here on Daniels. The referee not having a clear sight. I believe Christopher Daniels' foot was underneath the bottom rope there. The referee not having quite the visual on that. It's Kurt Angle now going to take a moment to compose himself, catch his breath over in the corner. Let's see what he could do here for Christopher Daniels as he mounts a vertical base. But Kurt Angle going to bring him over to the ropes here, smashing him face first into that turnbuckle pad. And now the series of strikes over in the corner that we see yet again from Kurt Angle, but now Daniels being lifted up and sent across the ring into the other turnbuckle. Spear in the corner. Now Kurt Angle's going to follow it up with yet another belly-to-belly suplex. It's academic at this point how Kurt Angle is treating Christopher Daniels in this matchup following the assault before the bell. Kurt Angle doing whatever it takes here to prove a point and potentially earn himself another opportunity at the world title. Of course, Kurt Angle, Mr. Money in the Bank this year, cashing in his opportunity back at SummerSlam in the triple threat between Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles. Coming up unsuccessful. Now Daniels springing in with a huge crossbody. And Christopher Daniels is a man who has quite the history with AJ Styles in his own right, not only in real life but also in universe mode, where he challenged AJ Styles for that WWE Championship. Now a Saito suplex dropping Daniels right on the back of his neck, challenging AJ Styles along with Donovan Dijak way back at Money in the Bank. Angle now catching Christopher Daniels coming off of the ropes for that German suplex, but he holds on. He's going to look for a second German suplex, yet again holding the waistlock advantage for the trifecta of German suplexes, sending Christopher Daniels down. And now Kurt Angle fired up with the taunt. Let's see what Angle can do here to continue the offense that he has exhibited on Christopher Daniels so far. But Daniels looking to fight his way back into this matchup. Is countered now by Kurt Angle with the back suplex to Christopher Daniels. Let's see what the Olympic gold medalist has in mind as he just awaits. Christopher Daniels looking to get back up to his feet here, but not to do so. Now a clubbing lariat as Kurt Angle taking him down and just yet again taunting him to get back up to his feet here. He's gonna look for a European uppercut. Kurt Angle has had the advantage for the majority of this contest. Another clubbing lariat across the chest of Christopher Daniels. And Kurt Angle now taunting him from over in the corner. Let's see what Angle has in mind here as he runs up to Daniels. No, it's being countered now with a kick to the gut. Going for that overhead belly to belly, but it is countered as Christopher Daniels is able to shift his weight and trip out the leg of Kurt Angle in the process. Now lifting him up. A series of reversals from both men in this contest. Yet again. Now Angle gonna go to town on that head, just wrenching away on the neck of Christopher Daniels, the fallen angel. Unsuccessful in getting himself really into this contest to this point. And Kurt Angle now just gonna rain down strikes across the face of the fallen angel. And one of those shots must have busted open the fallen angel, because he is lacerated from the head now after those grounded punches from Kurt Angle, turning him around and now looking for the STO from Christopher Daniels, hooking the leg on Kurt Angle. 1, 2, and no! Kurt Angle finding a way to get the shoulder up just in time there before Christopher Daniels could put him away with that STO. Daniels quickly looking to follow this up. Potentially going to look for the Angel's wings here, but Kurt Angle able to catch the leg on the way in. And he's going to look for the Achilles tendon lock. He's locked it in on that left leg that he targeted earlier on in this contest. But the fallen Angel yet again finding a way to fight out of it. We saw the rolling knee bar and now the Achilles lock from Kurt Angle, a submission specialist in his own right. Now running him into the corner with that Oklahoma slam and the strength of Daniels to fight back after that. Now looking to hook the leg. But no, Kurt Angle finding a way to get the shoulder up despite being sent right into the turnbuckle pad with that slam. Now a knee to the back has Kurt Angle reeling as he is recovering on the ground right now. Daniels going to look to dive down with a huge splash, but Angle had it scouted, potentially playing possum, and now looking for the wrestling takedown on Christopher Daniels, able to take the double leg and trip out the legs of Christopher Daniels, but who now counters Kurt Angle on the ground. Potentially Angle looking for that ankle lock in this contest. Daniels turning him around, but no, it's countered by Angle. Back and forth contest here in our opener. And now the Saito yet again. Dropping Daniels right on the top of his head. It's not the first time. A series of German suplexes following those Saito suplexes definitely won't do wonders for your vertebrae. A calf kick from Christopher Daniels only gets a 1 count from the Olympic gold medalist. And now a knee to the back at the hands of Daniels, looking to stomp Angle down and prevent him from getting himself back up. Irish whipping him into the turnbuckle yet again. Face first is Angle, who fights out with a back elbow and now a strike to the face. Now Angle's going to be the one to send Daniels over and into the buckle. Let's see what Angle has in mind here as he lifts him up for the powerbomb. Potentially going to look for a buckle bomb over in the corner. Christopher Daniels, who now is at the mercy of Kurt Angle, who ducks behind for yet another German suplex that sends Christopher Daniels crashing into that turnbuckle pad, the back of his neck hitting off of that turnbuckle, and now a third German suplex at the hands of Kurt Angle. He calls Christopher Daniels back up to his feet here, potentially looking to put him away. Following that trifecta of German suplexes, is going to go for the Angle slam on Christopher Daniels, smashing him down. Look at the rotation that he gets off of that, the revolution off of the Angle slam. But Christopher Daniels too close to the ropes. Kurt Angle's going to have to drag him away, which he does so right in the middle of the ring, and potentially looking to make a statement before he puts him away is Kurt Angle. Calling him back up to his feet here. Christopher Daniels unsuccessful in getting up, feeling the effects of that Angle slam. Kurt Angle now once again just taunting in the face of Daniels, turning him around, looking for that Angle slam yet again, but it is countered this time by Daniels, who now receives a counter of his own from Kurt Angle. The clubbing strike to the back, and now it's reversed with a jawbreaker. Series of reversals between these two. It's back and forth. Another reversal with that overhead takedown. The fireman's carry taking him over. Now snapmaring him down. Finally, Christopher Daniels finds a way to prevent that continuous reversal. Kick out from Kurt Angle here. Daniels got to be wondering, does anything that he can do in this contest that will even phase Kurt Angle at this point? Now he looks to dive for that body splash off of the second rope yet again. But Kurt Angle had it scouted, who now turns him around for yet another Angle slam to the fallen Angel, hooking the leg. 1, 2, and 3. Kurt Angle picking up a huge victory in very quick fashion, I might add, over the fallen Angel Christopher Daniels here in the opener to Halloween Havoc. Christopher Daniels having a tough time ever really getting into that contest, as Kurt Angle had an answer to everything that Daniels looked to go for. Series of reversals to end off that contest, and 2 Angle slams accompanied by several German suplexes that we see now in our replay. How many German suplexes did Kurt Angle have to hit to drop Christopher Daniels right in the back of his neck? And here we saw how he targeted the legs, potentially looking to put it away with the ankle lock, but it was not to be, as Kurt Angle still successful here tonight. Only 1 moonsault was hit during this contest, but Kurt Angle can now claim that he has the best moonsault in professional wrestling, and perhaps this opens up the doors for new opportunities for Kurt Angle down the line. Following a crushing defeat at SummerSlam, this is a monumental win for the Olympic gold medalist, and now we move on to our second contest of Halloween Havoc.
I just gotta keep on keeping on, but I'm not gonna be the one you keep on sleeping on. This verse right here be your worst nightmare. I just laugh at you niggas, then come after you niggas, Freddy.
I'm dead wrong, you wanna live, I can't let you. You at full speed, I'm walking, I still catch you. Mr. Voorhees, good looking, I destroy these. These niggas ain't bosses, they workers and employees. I came out of the lake, but I be in the boondocks. Flannel or overall, work boots, tube socks. I put something right through your face from out the toolbox. Niggas get hot and make the news, I make the news hot. You can be as hard as whoever, I crack craniums. You know all my killings are brutal and spontaneous. I like this, pop out soon as you hit the light switch. Running, then all of a sudden you fall like the white chicks.
The following contest is for the Raw Women's Championship. That is correct, this contest being for the Raw Women's Championship, a title that Ember Moon has held ever since the Royal Rumble after she defeated Trish Stratus, cashing in her Women's Money in the Bank. She has held that championship for over 250 days. As now Charlotte going to take it to her friend Becky Lynch off the start here with a backpack stunner, as Ember Moon is just going to watch on. And this being the last obstacle in the path of Ember Moon before she goes head-to-head, potentially with Asuka at Survivor Series, the match that everyone has wanted to see for well over a year. Asuka has held that championship one day longer than Ember Moon has. And Ember Moon quickly taking it to both of her challengers here tonight. Of course, the last kicker, Becky Lynch, taking Ember Moon down with that calf kick. And now looking to go after Charlotte Flair, who rebounds off the ropes but now catches her with a fireman's carry overhead takedown. Let's see what goes down here as Ember Moon now getting involved. Of course, there's so many intangible elements here in a triple threat match. Looking for that enziguri, and now connects with that huge kick to the face of Becky Lynch. And now a clubbing forearm strike that takes her down, turning Charlotte Flair around. And now bridging over with that back suplex. One, but no, gets the kick out. There's no display counts on the screen, so I was assuming that was a 1 count. Becky Lynch now going over into the corner with a tornado DDT, coming out of the corner and dropping the champ, planting her in the middle of the ring. Of course, this being a steel cage match, these women can win in any matter of ways, including escaping through the cage door, climbing over the top, and both feet touching the floor, or a pinfall or submission on the inside of the cage. It is not an elimination contest, might I add. Now let's see Becky Lynch turning her around, looking for that Frankensteiner, but no, it is countered by Becky Lynch, who answers with an alley-oop facebuster. Charlotte Flair now over in the corner is just going to await Becky Lynch, watching her do what she does, the surfboard stretch, and then just stomping away on the Achilles. It's countered by Charlotte Flair as Becky Lynch looked for that tilt-a-whirl DDT, but it was turned into an arm drag from Charlotte, who now lifts up Becky Lynch. Gonna look to bring her over to the ropes and guillotine her over that top rope. Ember Moon now getting involved in this contest yet again, but Charlotte Flair has an answer for that too, as she connects with a leaping forearm smash over in the corner. Ember Moon now with the reversal, turning around that arm and wrenching the arm over her shoulder. Yet again working on the arm as Ember Moon taking it to the Queen Charlotte Flair with a butterfly suplex. Beautiful execution from Ember Moon, catching Becky Lynch with a huge super kick, who looked to run out of the corner and get herself involved in the action, but it was not to be. Jawbreaker to Becky Lynch, and Ember Moon is really doing a great job of controlling both of her challengers here tonight. A super kick of her own from Charlotte Flair, or perhaps a big boot, who now Charlotte Flair looking to escape the cage here, perhaps with both the contenders, or both the other two competitors in this contest down, but Becky Lynch finding a way to prevent Charlotte Flair from escaping, and it's good that she did, otherwise Ember Moon would have lost her championship there. And could you imagine the historic reign that Ember Moon has had, for her title reign to come to a close without even being pinned or submitted? She hits that running meteor over in the corner to the chest. Now it's spine buster, somehow able to muscle up Charlotte Flair. Now let's see what Ember Moon is looking for here with the height advantage. She is up on the top rope, pointing down on Charlotte Flair, or perhaps Becky Lynch. She has two targets here. Swanton bomb from the top to Charlotte Flair, takes her down. Now let's see what Becky Lynch is in store for here, turning it into a key crusher. I thought she was going to be going for a fisherman suplex there, but no, Ember Moon, very innovative, able to turn that maneuver into the key crusher fisherman driver. Now getting a running start over in the corner here. Ember Moon, handspring clothesline, but no, is countered by Charlotte Flair, who now receives an enziguri for her troubles. Now a kick keeping her down. Ember Moon continuing to maintain the advantage in this contest, despite whatever the two contenders are looking to do here. Charlotte Flair turning around Becky Lynch and is going to look to lift her up, hoisting her up for the Queen's suplex. Charlotte Flair now in danger, going to be connected with that turnaround neck breaker, turning her into a butterfly suplex, which is countered by Charlotte Flair, who was able to nip up out of it but gets dropped with an enziguri. That enziguri has been the answer to all of Ember Moon's problems in this contest. Becky Lynch still laid out after that Queen suplex at the hands of Charlotte Flair. And Ember Moon, hoisting Charlotte Flair up to the top rope, is going to look to go high risk with a top rope huge superplex, crashing her down. on the mat. And Becky Lynch now going to taunt over in the corner, unaware that Ember Moon was quick to recover off of that maneuver. Now connecting with a Death Valley driver to Becky Lynch. Charlotte Flair now looking to get herself back up to her feet, and the champion is looking to escape here, trying to get out of the cell, and nobody is going to be able to answer her. Let's see what Ember Moon does here. But no, the champion going to dive down with a huge crossbody, diving off of the top of the cell. But Charlotte Flair visibly unfazed by that crossbody. Becky Lynch potentially receiving the worst end of that, and now receiving the bow down to the Queen for her efforts. Ember Moon breaking up the cover right after Charlotte Flair connecting with her finisher on Becky Lynch. Charlotte Flair is now going to be the one to look to escape out of this contest. Ember Moon going to have to look to prevent that, as she does successfully, taking her down off of the cage. Is going to drop her back into the middle of the ring. Now Charlotte Flair in danger here. Both women in the drop zone. Diving leg drop from Ember Moon. Let's see how Ember Moon can capitalize on this predicament. Becky Lynch wounded already at the hands of Charlotte Flair, who was able to connect with that bow down to the Queen, planting her in the middle of the ring. And now turning around, Becky Lynch is Ember Moon, who stacks up Becky Lynch over in the corner, followed by Charlotte Flair, and is going to look. Now the champion in full control, rebounding off of the ropes, going to run in with a huge leaping body splash, the Stinger Splash over in the corner. Now Ember Moon looking to go high risk. Becky Lynch is in the drop zone. Is she going to be able to take it off? She could connect with the Eclipse diving cutter from the top rope. And Charlotte Flair across the ring, unable to have any influence on this pinfall. Ember Moon coming up successful in yet another title defense. And she prolongs her championship reign if she can hold on to that title. For a few more weeks, we will get the matchup that everyone has wanted to see for well over a year. Asuka versus Ember Moon. Ember Moon, an impressive showing over 2 challengers here tonight. Able to put away both of them with relative ease, I might add. Despite being inside the steel cage environment, Ember Moon was able to hold her own against 2 of the top Raw Women's contenders on our brand. Getting the pinfall over Becky Lynch, who of course received, as we see here in the replay, the bow down to the Queen. Followed up with the Stinger Splash over in the corner that eliminated Charlotte Flair. And finally the Eclipse, the diving cutter from the top rope, is what earned Ember Moon the championship retain here tonight. She prolongs her championship reign. A big victory for Ember Moon here tonight. And we are very desperately looking forward to the championship match between Asuka and Ember Moon. Of course, the 3rd time meeting between the two. We will see them meet at Survivor Series if both are the champions on opposing brands come that time. But for now, we head into our main event of Part 1 of Halloween Havoc.
Killings are brutal and spontaneous. I like this. Pop out soon as you hit the light switch. Running, then all of a sudden you fall like the white chicks. Might have to crush your Adam's apple with the vice grips. You never see me during the day. I play the night shift. Cartilage, flesh and bone, damn gristle. Be my guest, go ahead and hide. I can't miss you. You already know I reside at Camp Crystal. Lake, dismantle your face, revamp tissue. Power from the hockey mask, James St. Patrick. 3 bodies in one night, that's a hat trick. Pay the plug soon as you finish, that's a backflip. Spin 6, make 12 back, that's a crack flip. Sad part about it, you boys ain't even ready. Preferably my weapon of choice is the machete. Screaming at the top of your lungs before I mangle you. Zip you up in your sleeping bag before I strangle you.
It ain't nothing like a fist full of cash or a blitz full of the hash that twists like a mustache. From end to end, spread it like a rash. From talking through your Walkman or at your disco bash. Give me the Tim Drummond still skin brown. A metal face mask with a built-in frown. A mic to tilt down 100,000 pounds. And see how kilt sound like spilt milk clown. Cocoa butter on a very ashy day, fam. Ray-Bans out on the islands of Cayman. or I break it down for the layman. Band-Aid Soleil for the Central Pay. Sand, a can of old gold, too cold to hold, slow your roll. Keep on moving like soul to soul, hold the dough. Like a fool stole pity y'all for trying to go up against City Hall titty ball. The black mic is like a red violin. Okay, everybody back to the lab, try again. Rap game like Leviathan, leave bad takes, killing my high like niacin. Stop kidding, middlemen need Ritalin. Hit me with the full tin and gin and I'm a kid again. Keep the bong lighting straight through the songwriting. The supervillain, aka the thong biting, is inviting all to the reciting that's dope and raw. Hoping all y'all come in peace and it's open bar. Tear the roof off this bumper rise clock by the end of the night. Spaz like shot spot, spilt a shot, made the pen lines runny. Ill plot to 10 times Ben Stein money. Funny how he ripped the scripts with a straight face, with more rhymes than his lines in your database. Placing rappers in endangerment who's reckless with this food for thought, sorta like breakfast. You can mark it off as wreck on the checklist. Wear gold fronts, can't afford no necklace. Should that tend to go to help build them daycares? Somebody say yeah, pay your fears. Give the herbalizers their shares, y'all can pay Doom.
I'm receiving word from the back that Dr. Doom is out here to issue an open challenge to any competitor on Monday Night Raw who thinks that they could take him. And here to answer the open challenge of Dr. Doom is the Big Red Machine Kane, who stares intently at Dr. Doom across the ring. Kane visibly a little bit smaller than the last time we saw him, but immediately taking it to Dr. Doom right away with a series of strikes. Of course, this being Halloween Havoc, we have some characters out here, being Dr. Doom, who issued an open challenge to anybody out here on Monday Night Raw that thought they could take him. And of course, Kane is a competitor that could take anybody in our locker room. Kane now with the sidewalk slam, dropping him across the knee. And Dr. Doom really feeling the effects of what Kane has done so far. Now the grounded punches to the face of Dr. Doom, just bashing in that metal face of his, lifting him back up to his feet here. Kane going to send him across the ring and into the post. Now the reversal from Dr. Doom. Let's see what Dr. Doom's offensive arsenal is like. Now we're not going to get quite the visual just yet, as Kane looking to lift him up for the suplex, able to hoist him up. As I said, Kane appearing a little bit smaller than the last time we saw him. Perhaps cutting back on his diet. Dr. Doom having to use the ropes to support himself, but now he gets hit with a full Nelson bomb, crashing him into the mat. Kane still exhibiting that strong power of his, who hoists up Dr. Doom for a falling power bomb, crashing him down into the mat. But Dr. Doom going to have his two arms underneath the bottom rope and force the rope break off that pinfall attempt. But now Kane going to keep on the aggression here on Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom does have some size on Kane, might I add. He is a little bit taller. Now clothesline out of the corner. I never thought I would see someone who could stand up to Kane quite like that. But Dr. Doom definitely has a few inches on him at least. Kane now calling him back up to his feet here, looking to dive in from the top rope with a huge clothesline from the top. Taking himself out in the process, not connecting flush with that maneuver. But it did the trick, and it took out Dr. Doom for the time being, who now gets sent into the turnbuckle pad. Kane going to hoist him up to the top rope. Let's see what he goes for here. Grabbing the throat, going for a huge avalanche choke slam all the way from the top. And now he's going to follow this up. Kane now looking to hoist him up for the tombstone pile driver. He has Dr. Doom up and planting him. A huge tombstone to Dr. Doom. And now hooking the arms. 1, 2, and no! Dr. Doom was able to kick out of a tombstone pile driver. Kane in disbelief. Now slicing the throat. Is going to look for the iron claw into the shoulder. Wrenching away on the shoulder. Looking to dig his claws into him. Of course, Dr. Doom, having that thick armor, is not going to be as fazed by that. Tripping out the leg of Kane. And now a kick to the face at the hands of Dr. Doom. Now scouts Kane. Catches the fist coming in. And now a headbutt. A crunching headbutt sends Kane to the ground. Now a seated abdominal stretch from Dr. Doom, exhibiting some wrestling prowess. But no, Kane is able to fight out of it. Fighting back up to his feet here. A series of strikes and then a hip toss to follow it up. Kane's getting himself back into this contest here against Dr. Doom. Now looking to get humiliated by someone who isn't even an active wrestler here on Monday Night Raw. Now calling for the chokeslam, but Dr. Doom unable to get back up to his feet just yet. Now is he going to hoist him up? But yet another powerbomb, planting him, drilling him into the canvas with a huge powerbomb at the hands of Kane yet again. Now calls Dr. Doom back up to his feet here. Is going to scout him. Now grabbing the throat of Dr. Doom. Is going to look to hoist him up for a choke slam. Slamming him down. He barely able to lift him up. But it gets the trick done, slamming him into the mat. And you got to think that after a top rope choke slam and a tombstone, if Dr. Doom was able to kick out of that. Let's see if he can escape this pinfall attempt here from Kane. And no, unsuccessful in doing so. Kane is put away. Dr. Doom in quite quick fashion here tonight for Halloween Havoc. Not sure where Dr. Doom gets off, claiming that he can take on anybody in the Raw locker room, but Kane was having none of that. Of course, that was a rope break there. A tombstone pile driver at the hands of Kane. Still not enough to put away Dr. Doom. It took the chokeslam, followed by that drilling powerbomb. Kane does the trick, and he is back here in universe mode, it appears, with a huge victory over Dr. Doom here at Halloween Havoc. Not too sure what the transformation that Kane has gone through in recent weeks to look the way that he does now. He's visibly shorter than he used to be. I'm not too sure what kind of explanation we have for that, but the referee nonetheless giving Kane the victory here tonight, who is fired up inside the ring right now and looks to go to the outside. He's not done with Dr. Doom, but look, the Samoan submission machine. Samoa Joe running down to ringside. What is Samoa Joe doing here? Now a huge Oklahoma slam on the outside from Kane as he looks to take it to Dr. Doom. Not quite done with his business here, but no, Kane with the reversal to Samoa Joe. What is Samoa Joe's problem with Kane? I don't understand why he's out here. Now looks like he's going to slice the throat, but no, the barrel roll from underneath. Samoa Joe tripping out the legs of Kane in the process. Now Samoa Joe with a huge German suplex, crunching Kane up. Samoa Joe even having some size on the big red machine Kane. Now hitting him with a Saito suplex. The referee trying to call it off, but Samoa Joe relentless in his attack here tonight on Kane. Now sending him pillar to post and into the buckle. What is he going to look for here? Looking to hoist him up for the buckle bomb. The power bomb sending him into the corner, crashing into the turnbuckle. What explanation is there for Samoa Joe? Samoa Joe is ripping the mask off of Kane and now raining down those shots to the face of Kane. He has demasked Kane and we could all see his face now, who is sent into the corner. And that's not Kane. That's not Kane. That's Kenny Omega. That is the captain of Team Raw. And now a backhand chop over in the corner. It all makes sense now. Kenny Omega dressed up as Kane, coming out here trying to issue it, or to answer the open challenge of Dr. Doom, is now met by the Samoan submission machine, who looks to take it to, I should say, Kenny Omega now, no longer Kane, now being powerbombed over in the corner. And Samoa Joe now with the step kicks to the face of Kenny Omega, and it appears that the referee is back inside the ring. I believe we have another contest here due to how quickly Kane, or I suppose Kenny Omega, was able to put away Dr. Doom in that last contest. We will now see Samoa Joe and Kenny Omega going one-on-one here. What a treat. We got a 2-in-1 contest Now Samoa Joe looking to bring Kenny Omega back to the inside, springing in with that huge dropkick, but it is scouted by Samoa Joe, who is able to sidestep that. Now sending Kenny Omega into the turnbuckle and now connecting with a series of shoulder tackles over in the corner. Samoa Joe now going to create some distance between himself and Omega. Going to run in with a huge face wash. The boot to the face of Kenny Omega. You got to wonder why Samoa Joe would do this. Why would he come out here and assault the captain of Team Raw only weeks before Survivor Series, diving in with a huge senton? Perhaps Samoa Joe aligning himself with Triple H and Team SmackDown. Now Kenny Omega able to get the shoulder up despite Samoa Joe's brutal onslaught. An arm drag now at the hands of Omega, who just watches as Samoa Joe now answers back with a forearm smash and a snap jab to the face, ducking underneath again with taking out the legs of Kenny Omega, who now trips out Samoa Joe from behind. As you can see, Kenny Omega now starting to wrestle his own style as opposed to wrestling like Kane for that last contest. Now hoisting Samoa Joe up, the strength of Omega, turning it into a Dr. Willie bomb, sending Samoa Joe crashing to the canvas. Now Omega looking to go up to the second rope, potentially thinking better of it as he relaxes over in the corner for the time being. Samoa Joe trying to get back up to his feet here is stopped by Omega. Now just watches yet again as Samoa Joe fighting his way back to his feet here. Back chop. Now Samoa Joe getting in the face of Omega. Gonna send him across the ring, pillar to post into the other turnbuckle, following it up with that back elbow, and now a CCS and Enziguri to follow it up, trapping him in the corner and then following it up with that quick Enziguri. A snap suplex now from Samoa Joe. Forearm to the face now, looking for the cover on Kenny Omega, but no, only a 2 count. The hands of the Samoan submission machine, the nation of violence that is Samoa Joe, that accompanies him, hoisting him up for the fireman's carry, but no, is reversed into the sit out. Reverse DDT. Now Samoa Joe getting back up to his feet, but no, is countered by a jawbreaker. A V-trigger from Kenny Omega is able to level Samoa Joe for the time being, who rolls out of the ring following that bicycle knee strike, the V-trigger. These two men frustrated at one another. You got to wonder what exactly drives Samoa Joe's motives to come out here and attack Kenny Omega. As I've said multiple times in this contest, Kenny Omega is the captain of Team Raw, potentially trying to get under his skin following that Battle Royal victory from last week. Sending him back to the inside is Samoa Joe. Kenny Omega having to hoist himself up with the ropes, looking for that overhead belly to belly, but the rake of the eyes from Omega, who turns him around now, is going to look for the V-trigger, turning him around with a huge ripcord knee strike. Kenny Omega now leveling Samoa Joe off of 2 bicycle knees. Joe having to use the ropes to get himself back to his feet here, but a back elbow now from Samoa Joe, who trips out Kenny Omega yet again in this contest and is now going to look to follow it up. No, a jawbreaker from Kenny Omega. Doesn't matter what he was looking for, because Kenny Omega now has him up, hoisted up on the shoulders, potentially in position for the one-winged angel. Hulking the leg. 1, 2, and no! Samoa Joe. How was Samoa Joe able to kick out of the one-winged angel? Kenny Omega sunk in disbelief at Samoa Joe's resiliency to get out of that maneuver. The counter now from Kenny Omega, who looks to come in for that clubbing strike, but no, Samoa Joe with a crunching headbutt to the face of Omega. Now lifting him back up, Samoa Joe potentially looking to put away this matchup here with a series of backhand chops. And now ducking underneath Kenny Omega's lariat, diving off the ropes with a huge running clothesline. Now going to follow it up over in the corner with the back elbow, and now an Enziguri to follow it up in the onslaught of offense that Joe is exhibiting here with great velocity. Might be enough to put away Kenny Omega, who follows him up in the corner, is now going to look to lift him up for the muscle buster. He's going to drive him down into the canvas shoulder first for a huge muscle buster out of the corner. And after the last 8 or so moves that Samoa Joe has landed, I believe that will be enough to put away Kenny Omega here if he could just get himself into the cover, hooking the leg of the cleaner. 1, 2, and 3. Samoa Joe has picked up a victory over the captain of Team Raw, despite being after a contest between himself and MF Doom, or excuse me, Dr. Doom. Kenny Omega falling to the hands of the Nation of Violence That's Samoa Joe. No explanation as to why Joe is out here. But he really took it to Kenny Omega here tonight for the series. All of those back elbows, the insecurities, and especially this muscle buster right here was enough to put away Kenny Omega in quick fashion. Kenny Omega now at the mercy of Samoa Joe in this contest. Samoa Joe ducking to the outside. He's going to grab a chair from underneath the ring. What does he have in mind here? Sending the referee to the outside, scaring him off. And Samoa Joe now is just going to assault Kenny Omega with a steel chair. It is pretty obvious at this point that Samoa Joe is aligned with Team SmackDown. And who is that? I see. It's Kota Ibushi coming down to ringside to help his best friend Kenny Omega. Firing back at Samoa Joe. And now he's knocking him back. Clothesline to take Joe to the outside. Kota Ibushi is here to help his best friend Kenny Omega fight back against SmackDown.